What is going on, guys? I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to be looking at Piers Morgan Grill's female Andrew Tate Pearl Davis for her anti-Semitic song. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know Just Pearly Things, she's a pretty big YouTuber. At this point, I'm pretty sure if you're up in this kind of political YouTube sphere or like manosphere type of thing, you probably know who she is too. This is actually hilarious to me because I seen her when she made this song and I was just like, why? I'm like, if you don't want to really like fully commit to it, just don't even do it. Like, you know, like Nick Fuentes, the guys like even that Fresh and Fit Sneeko and all of them, they actually commit to the whole entire, you know, Jewish thing. But she was just playing with it. You know, she was just acting very frivolous with it. Not gonna lie to you guys though, from what I see right here, it seems like he's trying to pressure on it. It's still free speech. I don't agree with it, but I think it's still free speech. But with that being said, I think I just did enough talking. Let's just get right into it.
Welcome back to Piersmorgan. Pearl Davis is the self-styled anti-feminist influencer who's creating major buzz online with a contrarian view. She's appeared in a couple of debates on this show. It's called Uncensored after all. We welcome any honestly held opinions. But this week, she's facing a major backlash for posting a song titled Why Can't We Talk About the Jews, which she dedicated to far-right commentator Nick Fuentes before later deleting it.
Why can't we?
She looks so surprised. She looks so surprised. Like, why are you guys bringing this up right now?
We talk about without getting kicked off of YouTube. Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy.
Oh, she went real far with it.
But I kinda wanna know why. Now there's all these conspiracy theories, and the more they talk, I think maybe they're right. But I can't even listen to the convo.
Well, Pearl joins me now, along with the New York author and founder of End Jew Hatred, Brooke Goldstein, over in the States. All right, Pearl, you've come on the show a couple of times, right? We've had some spirited debates about feminism and stuff like that. And I thought you've made some good points and it's got lots of traction. Then I wake up the other day and I see this thing that's trending involving you doing this song. And I couldn't really believe what I was watching. I didn't know, why did you find it funny?
Huh?
Did you find it funny?
Okay, this would be a lot less worse if she just wasn't acting so awkward right now. She could have just said, yeah, I do find it funny. I thought it was kind of crazy that a lot of people overreacted for me just saying, why can you not talk about Jewish people? It's very simple. It was that's all she had to say right there. But let's keep going.
I mean, you know the backlash to it. I mean, you deleted it. You obviously thought you shouldn't have posted it. Mm-hmm. Why did you do that? Genuine question.
I mean, the point was more about cancel culture and people getting kicked off of social media if you finished the song. It was more about, like, you can't talk about this topic without being canceled by the left and the right. I don't really have a strong opinion either way. It was kind of just like tongue-in-cheek. I didn't really expect...
That's the problem right there. If it's just tongue-in-cheek, don't talk about it. I get it. You're an entertainer. She's not somebody to be taken seriously, at least from what I see. Everything I've seen on there, she's not somebody to be taken seriously. She's just like an entertainer. She calls herself an entertainer, so I don't think she would be offended by that. But still, with this type of stuff right here, it's like actual people getting canceled over this. So don't even bring it up if you're not prepared to get canceled over it. That's the whole entire point. Now, is it wrong? Yes, it's wrong, except still, you know exactly what you're doing, so come on.
Expected to get that crazy. It wasn't dedicated to anyone. I don't know why they say that, but that's not true.
I mean, Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist. He's a Holocaust denier. He said afterwards that you had dropped a diss track on the Jews.
Did he say that?
He clearly took to be something which was, you know, mocking Jewish people, talking about, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. What do you want to know why?
Well, it was more...
Well, because I want to know why he wasn't a good guy. That's very simple. I mean, it's so weird to me that when it comes to this type of stuff right here, like even Piers Morgan is like, even he's right now, he is actually contributing to what she's talking about right now. Now, again, I don't agree with her on pretty much anything, except it's still a fair question. Why can't we talk about this? It is free speech. Free speech is still a thing. Was it a good song? Not really. Was it, you know, a bit insensitive? Who knows? I don't really care at that point. Who cares what's insensitive or not? It's just so strange that you can't talk about it. That's what I don't like about this whole entire thing. Why can't she talk about what she wants to talk about, regardless of anything? She talks about black people. She talks about white people. She talks about any other race, Mexican. I'm pretty sure she talks about all of that stuff. But as soon as you bring up the Jewish people, she's right. Why can you not talk about the Jewish people? Now, this is going to get me canceled off YouTube. Who knows? If this gets a lot of views, probably. But who knows?
Like, why can't we talk about it? It wasn't like
you talked about the more conspiracy
other.
theories you've heard about Hitler and the Holocaust, presumably.
I'm a fan of conspiracy theory. Like, you know, people think I'm part of the CIA. There's a whole conspiracy thing online. And, you know, I'm not for, like, silencing it either way. The point of the song isn't, like, I really have an opinion on the matter. It's more, I don't think we should ban people off of social media. So far so that I don't even, like, I think it should be illegal to ban anybody off of social media unless they're inciting violence. That was the point of the song. I'm not really...
Okay.
It was more like tongue-in-cheek.
But just to be clear, what are the conspiracy theories surrounding Hitler, which you feel the more you hear them, the more you're interested in them?
Well, I don't know because I can't hear them.
Huh?
I don't
you know
know
the ones. You know the ones that Nick Fuentes.
Well, I wasn't even talking about Nick. I was thinking of Ye, to be honest. I don't know why they put that Nick was the inspiration for that song.
Yeah, it's very strange. I will say this. In terms of like the Hitler wasn't such a bad guy thing, I think it's stupid. Of course, he was a terrible person. But I think that it was also, at least from what I've seen Nick Fuentes say, and I don't know, even me saying his name right now could get me, like, you know, banned off of YouTube. I don't even know. I'm still going to release it, but who cares? I will say that from what I heard him say, he was saying, hey, Genghis Khan, all of these terrible emperors from back, you know, then up in ancient times and all of this stuff, they were terrible people. But nobody is more terrible than Hitler is today. Why is that? That's what he was asking. Now, me personally, my hypothesis is because it was just so recent. This wasn't even 100 years ago this type of stuff happened. If I'm not mistaken, you know, yeah, this wasn't even 100 years ago that a lot of this stuff happened. So actually, hold on, it's 2020, yeah, who knows? But yeah, like, you know, it was like around that time. It wasn't that long ago that this type of stuff happened. America was already formed. All of this stuff was already formed. So we have the current civilization we have right now, and this stuff happened in this current civilization. That's why he is frowned upon the most, because he is like the most recent person in memory who did this type of terrible things, you know. You know, Stalin did a lot of terrible things and stuff. I think Hitler is even worse than Stalin, if I'm not mistaken. But no, even Nick Fuentes made an argument about that. He was like, hey, isn't Stalin actually way worse than Hitler? I don't know. All of this stuff is crazy to me.
I was thinking of Ye.
You are aware of the big backlash to this and the deep upset from the Jewish community.
I certainly am now. I just posted that song and I woke up and I was like, article. I was like, golly.
Right, but are you sorry?
Crazy. You know, I think that, like, my whole point was that cancel culture is wrong. I am not speaking one way or the other about the issues. My question is, why are we canceled for talking about certain topics?
So you would allow Holocaust deniers to have space on social media to promote Holocaust denial to millions of people? You have 2 million.
Yes, I 100% would. Just for the simple fact that if there are people smart enough to actually refute their claims, they will get bigger. And if they were more entertaining, they will get bigger too. Who cares if you give them a platform? Actually get them a platform so people can refute it if it is wrong in the first place. That's the whole entire point of free speech. That's what I thought in the first place, but whatever.
People who subscribe to your YouTube, right? That's a big audience of people.
I'm not at 2 million yet. I'd like to be.
Right, but you have a lot of people that follow you on various social media platforms.
Yeah.
You put a video like that up, and there are going to be some impressionable young minds going, hang on, what's Pearl saying? Adolf Hitler? Not saying he's a good guy, but I want to know why. The more conspiracies theories I hear, the more I have to think about it.
But
I took that to mean that you agree with Fuentes and people like that.
It's so stupid. That is such a stupid conclusion to come to, Piers. Piers, your actual show is called Piers Uncensored, and right now you're trying to censor certain topics. It's so weird to me. For example, he said, okay, you want to know why Hitler is not a good guy? Well, first off, it should be obvious why he's not a good guy. Come on, just pearly things. You should know that. This is exactly why I think she's a grifter in multiple ways, because she doesn't know exactly what she's talking about. But it should be clear exactly why he's a good guy. Except for him to say that if she doesn't know why he's not a good guy, that's even a bad question to ask in the first place. That's just stupid to me. That's just stupid. Come on, if they don't know why, you should educate them on why. Not say that, oh, you shouldn't ask that question, because guess what? That's going to make them just do their own research, probably go down their own rabbit holes and find Nick Fuentes in the first place. So that's the problem.
Why did you cut off the end of the song? I said, but we can't even have the conversation.
What is the conversation you want to have?
Without being canceled by the left and the right.
But what
the point is any speech.
No,
I
Pearl,
think
it's not any speech.
speech.
It's not any speech. What is the conversation about Hitler and conspiracy theories and the Holocaust that you want to have?
I don't want to have any conversation. My lane is feminism. That's what
you're singing about Adolf Hitler.
Can I finish?
Yeah, but you are singing about Hitler.
Okay.
So you do want to have that conversation.
This actually is very telling of what Piers is doing right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even agree with anything she says. So she has a point just by the way he's acting right now. You know, what kind of conversation you want to have? No, she doesn't want to have a conversation about that specific topic. She's saying, why can't you talk about this specific topic? That's it. She's saying, hey, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of my friends, I think she's friends with Nick Fuentes and the Fresh and Fit people and all the Stinko people. She's saying, hey, a lot of them are being canceled for this specific topic. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm just wondering why they're being canceled. That's all she's simply asking. She's not asking anything crazy right now. That's actually crazy that he's even responding like this. This is actually insane. Oh, so you want to talk about it? What do you want to talk about it? You know, what type of thing do you want to talk about it with? You know, like what? What do you mean? I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying, why can't we talk about it? It's the principle at hand. It's not the actual topic or subject at hand. It's the principle behind the subject. Come on, Piers. You got to understand that.
I want anybody that wants to speak on social media to be able to speak about what they want to talk about without getting banned. Whatever they want to talk about.
Including Holocaust denial.
If they want to talk about that, as long as they're not inciting violence, I think people...
Of course they're inciting violence.
How are they inciting violence?
Jewish people.
Social media's...
Wait, of course they're inciting violence? How? How are they inciting violence by questioning the Holocaust? I'm so curious as to how that's the case. Because they don't like Jewish people at that point. They hate Jewish people. That's what you're trying to say. That is that hate speech? Really, the bar is that low? Oh, geez. We're going... See, if people that are a proponent for free speech like Piers Morgan even have a line at this, you can tell that society is broken right now. Come on, really?
New town square, right? You used to be able to go and say your opinions in the town square. Now we have corporations censoring what can and cannot be said. And I think that's wrong. I think that should be illegal.
Well, let me bring in Brooke, who's been listening to this. Brooke, I don't think Pearl quite understands why the wording of this song, which she deleted.
The wording of this song.
She realised this had not played out maybe the way she hoped. The offence it's caused to the Jewish community. Why was it so offensive?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on and for highlighting this issue.
Come on.
Not necessarily highlighting Pearl, but highlighting the issue.
Yes, come on.
What you pointed out is that we're really facing a crisis of societal conscience, where someone like Pearl, who engages in hate speech, and actually the irony is she's complaining about being canceled, and yet she's on your platform. She has millions of viewers on the internet and on social media, and she's complaining about being canceled. The crisis is that this is what is profitable now. This click.
No, she's not complaining about being canceled. She's not her. She's not complaining that she is being canceled. She's complaining that I know these people that have talked about this specific topic that have been canceled. How can you guys not see that? Right there already, she is not even making any sense right now. You know, all of this bloated stuff is so weird to me. This is all so weird to me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Bait. This type of racial incitement is profitable on the internet. And, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm listening to Pearl. I don't know if she's just plain stupid or she's actually quite intelligent and knows that what she's doing is so sensational that it's going to make her a lot of money.
It's so sensational.
But I want to say one thing. Pearl will disappear.
No. Hold on, wait. I just want to say one thing, actually. She is not stupid for questioning a simple thing. She's saying, hey, why can't we not talk about I don't even want to call it the JQ, but why can't we not talk about Jewish people and what, you know, they've been talking about this whole entire time? That's all she's saying. That is not stupid. That is a simple question. You, on the other hand, right now, are saying stupid things. You, on the other hand, right now, are saying a lot of weird things. Like, I just don't understand why you have such animosity towards people that question just this simple topic.
She will disappear like many others before her because this is something that's just a moment in time. She's like a train wreck. It's like a car crash. You know, for example,
Okay, again, I don't like Just Pearly Things at all. I think she's a grifter. I don't understand why men follow her specifically. So her audience to me is just disgusting. I'm just disgusted by her audience, if I'm being honest with you guys. But her over here, I don't even know your name. I forget. Piers Morgan just introduced you. I don't even know your name. So you never appeared in the first place to be like to disappear. You're like a media giant. It looks like you're like a part of like that media apparatus. So I don't understand what you mean when you say she's just gonna disappear. She might. Who knows? She might disappear. Except you never appeared in the first place to even have this type of, argument. Who are you? Like genuinely, who are you to even say that?
You know you shouldn't be looking at it, but you can't take your eyes off it. But I want to make one more point. I think it's so important, especially on this platform. Hatred is taught. Nobody is born like this. And I talk about it a lot in my book about the dangers of hate education. And it's not something that we can debate, that we can engage in a rational argument with. You can see what her opinions are. She thinks women shouldn't vote, women shouldn't have the right to divorce. She thinks that women shouldn't be able to work. She says these
I didn't say
crazy
that.
things
Now you're putting words
about
in my
Hitler.
mouth.
But there's
Now you're
no
putting words in my
rational,
mouth.
please don't interrupt. There's no rational argument with someone like this. And this is a mistake that my community makes.
There's no rational argument with somebody like her. That's very true in certain regards with certain topics. Except this topic, she simply just asked the question. And it was in a song, and it was in a form of satire in the song. So come on. Really, this big of a deal for this? Goddamn. Conservative and liberals are such pussies alike. I'm just going to say it. They are both such pussies. This whole entire political landscape is just full of like crybabies, if I'm being honest with you guys. This is like genuinely pathetic. Really? Piers Morgan, you're going to come over here and say this type of stuff? And you're going to invite this lady on to say this type of stuff? Come on.
Jewish community very often, that they think they can bring facts to the table, that they can debate somebody like Pearl, and it's, you're going to get somewhere. You're not going to get anywhere. You're going to get somewhere only by shedding the light on this type of bigotry to expose someone like her.
She literally sounds like a liberal right now talking about conservatives. That's literally what she sounds like right now. This is just such petty nonsense. What is this?
Let me
just do a crazy person that she is.
All right, bro. Let me go back to Pearl. Pearl, let me just offer you some advice, right? Because I don't think you're stupid. And in the 2 appearances you've made previously on this program, I thought it was interesting. It was controversial in some ways, but actually a lot of people would have agreed with some of the things you were saying. There's no question about that. But you seem to know where the line was. Someone like Nick Fuentes doesn't know where the line is. Someone like Kanye West, who I interviewed after he went on some weird anti-Semitic trope nonsense. Kanye's been wiped out by...
I will admit, Nick Fuentes does not know where the line is. I've seen many disagreements that him and even somebody on his side, like Sneeko, had, saying, Sneeko, like, okay, when you come on Twitter, why do you say that I'm baby Hitler? Why would you say that? That's just such a stupid thing to do, to get banned off of Twitter again by Elon Musk, who just, reinstated all of these people. You got reinstated, and then the first thing you do is go up in a live, or like, what do you call them, spaces? I think, he went up in his Twitter space and said, oh, I am baby Hitler. Like, come on. That's just such a stupid thing to do. So for all you Nick Fuentes fans out there, I'm not really that much of a fan of Nick Fuentes either. I think I find him an interesting speaker sometimes when I watch him speak, except, come on. I'm not that impressed. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
What he did, or what he said about the Jewish people, because there are certain things where I am absolutely in support of the concept of free speech, right?
No, you're not.
You can't go around telling Jewish people.
You're not. And you're not. That's all I can really say. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say other than you're not. That's just simply not true. Just based off of what I just seen so far, you're not in favor of free speech at all.
People, the Holocaust didn't happen as Fuentes. And people like Fuentes does say things like that.
But I'm not him. So you're bringing me up. So it's like,
no, but when you sing a song,
right,
and you talk about
who
Hitler,
determines what the line is, Pierce?
Well, I'm asking
who determines? Do you get to determine it?
No, I'm asking,
Does she get to determine
I'm asking you
Who gets to determine what the line is?
I'm asking you to work out in your head.
I'm saying
you're not a stupid person.
The line.
When you say, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. Right? When you talk about the more conspiracy theories about him I hear, the more I'm like, well, that's interesting. I'm just like agog that even now you don't seem to really grasp why singing that and releasing it to millions of people is incredibly offensive to Jewish people.
I think at the end of the day, Pierce, I don't think it's for you to determine what speech should be allowed and not allowed.
What about you determining? Why did you delete it?
Why did I delete it? That's true. Why did you delete it? Because it was just a headache, Pierce.
Oh, no, you shouldn't delete it, though. That makes you look bad at that point. Don't ever back down from, this woke mob. Like, I don't even want to call them the woke mob. At this point, it's something even more weird. Like, it's something weirder than the woke virus or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what this is. When you bring up this specific topic, the Jewish topic, when you bring this up, a lot of people just don't like it. I don't understand why. This is just so weird to me. Why, when all she did was simply ask, why can we not talk about the Jewish people? And I want to know why Hitler is such a bad guy. I want to know, even though I think that's a stupid question. She still wants to know, so tell her. That's all. Just tell her simply. Just tell her why. A lot of people could have came out, instead of just bashing her and just talking about her, a lot of people could have just came out and said why. Refute it. Refute the actual arguments. Come on. Unless you guys want to just argue that she's being disingenuous, which if that's the case, I don't know. She could be, she could not be, but come on.
You knew it was wrong?
I just think it's not the hill I'm trying to die on.
Right, but why did you choose that hill to die on?
Yeah, that is true.
I didn't choose this hill to die on.
You did. You released the video.
I also released 10 different videos about
but they're not all
basically
topics. But they're not talking about.
This should be the hill you want to die on. You're dying on it right now. You just said, hey, why can't we talk about this? Simple free speech. Why can't these people that I know got banned for this off of mainstream social media like YouTube and all that? They had to go to Rumble. They had to go to what is Nick on Cozy TV and all of this stuff. Why are they on these platforms and not the mainstream platforms anymore for talking about this specific topic? You could die on that hill. I think she could, but I don't think she will because she has a lot to lose. But yeah.
Adolf Hitler, are they?
Are we not allowed to talk about him?
You can talk about Hitler right to the point you say the more conspiracy theories I hear about him.
I think that anyone should be allowed to speak about any conspiracy theory on social media. That is my point. It's not about Hitler. It's not
if
about
you really
the Holocaust.
believed what you did wasn't wrong, you wouldn't have deleted it.
Oh,
that's true.
Okay.
Don't you
no, that's 100% true though. Come on, you got to be fair here. Why would you delete that? Why, if you actually believe in what you said, did you delete the actual video? That makes zero sense to me. That's just like, towing a line, and I don't like that. I just simply don't like that.
You think?
I agree with Pearl.
Go on, bro.
If I may just say one thing, as an attorney, I have to say that I do agree with her, that I am a free speech purist. And I think that even
no, you're not.
Bigotry should be able to be spoken in the public sphere.
Okay.
But the problem of cancel culture is not against anti-Jewish speech. I think that's very clear. We see the scourge of anti-Semitism and Jew hatred rising on the internet. The problem...
Okay, I want everybody watching this right now to I'm just going to ask this question, and I want you guys to comment below if you actually agree with what she's saying right now. Is that song that they played at the beginning of the video that Pearl, said, why can't we talk about the Jews? Why is Hitler such? Is that anti-Jewish speech? Because if that's anti-Jewish speech, that is a very low bar that I do not want to even abide by at that point. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. I do not want to abide by that logic. I do not want to abide by that bar at all. That's a very low bar to me. What she said, anti-Jewish speech, is some of the stuff that I seen Nick Fuentes say at his, I don't even know what it was, his rally. Now, to me, that was kind of anti-Jewish. I'm like, woof. He said a lot of negative things. I'm not even going to repeat what he said there. That was very anti-Jewish, if you ask me.
Is that there's no consequences for it, and the way that private companies
how are there no consequences for it?
Canceling is they're going after pro-Jewish speech. They're going after pro-Israel speech. I can't tell you how many times I'm contacted by people, and often my own clients, who are shut down on social media for saying anything positive about Jewish people, about Judaism, or about Israel. Yet these social media companies are unequally...
Really? I really, really, really want to see that. I want those examples. I really want those examples, because Ben Shapiro has not been canceled off for anything. He's one of the most public pro-Israel people in the content sphere. You know what I mean? I want to say in the world, but the content sphere, doing the Daily Wire stuff and all of that stuff. He's one of the most pro-Israel, Israel people I know on in the content stuff. I don't want to say I know him personally, but in terms of YouTube and all of that stuff. So yeah, what do you mean?
Applying their own standards, and while they're, for example, shutting down COVID deniers, they are allowing Holocaust denial speech. They are allowing people like Pearl to spew her hatred. So if we are really free speech purists, and that's what we are saying that companies should do, they should allow all speech.
Yeah, I hear you. Listen, I would just say this to you, Pearl.
Unless it's incitement to immediate violence.
Right,
Yeah.
I would say this to you, Pearl.
So we agree.
No,
Yeah.
Pearl, I would say this
That's
to
so hilarious. That is actually hilarious. She actually agrees with Pearl right now, except she just came on here to pretty much say nothing. She came on here to say nothing at all, and that's hilarious to me. I just want to say that. That's hilarious.
you in
We're
conclusion.
all on the same team now.
In,
We're all-
in conclusion, look, you deleted this, so you clearly felt
That's
bad
stupid,
about
yeah.
what you'd put up, or you wouldn't have deleted it. You accept that?
No.
You don't accept it?
I just, it's kind of a headache. I was like, well, it just seems like a lot of headache to me.
Right, or did you realize actually in that moment, from the visceral reaction from the Jewish community, you crossed a line that you yourself should have worked out was there?
Look, at the end of the day, Pierce, the song was about freedom of speech. It wasn't one way or the other. The song was about why can't we have these conversations on social media?
That's true.
And why do I keep getting...
About why Hitler may be a good guy.
And why do I keep seeing people...
No, she didn't say why Hitler may be a good guy. If you listen to this song, she said, why is Hitler a bad guy? Can anybody tell me why Hitler is a bad guy? That's all she said, at least from what I've seen from the song. Now, if she said anything else in other context, I don't know. I'm not even here to argue that. But in terms of what I've seen up in that song, she said, can anybody tell me why Hitler is a bad guy?
People get banned on social media. My point is, I don't think there should be a line.
She actually specifically said, wait, what did she say? She said, oh yeah, I'm not saying Hitler is a good guy, but can anybody tell me why he's so bad? So what he just said right there was completely false and disingenuous.
Unless you were inciting violence.
Here's the
Would
line.
we, wait, Pierce, would we agree on that?
Listen,
yes or no?
No,
Yes or no? Would we agree?
Here's my point.
No?
No, that's a good question.
Okay.
I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. I want to know why what?
We can't have the conversation without being canceled by the left and the right. I just don't understand why you guys edit. You guys cut out the end of the song.
Pearl.
You did 75. Okay.
The conversation about whether Hitler was a good guy. You want to have that conversation?
I think that
he murdered 12 million people,
my whole
including
point,
6 million Jewish people on a Holocaust.
She already clarified that she did not want to have that conversation. She's clarifying right now that she's just wondering why you can't talk about it. That's it. Not necessarily have the conversation as to why he's a bad guy, but have a conversation as to why we can't talk about as to why he's a bad guy. Basically, that's it. At least from what I see. That's her principle right now. That's her argument. And I actually agree with that argument 100%. I agree with that argument 100%. I don't understand why we can't speak about these type of things. Somebody's going to have to explain this to me. I don't consider what she said Jewish hate. They consider it Jewish hate. I don't consider it Jewish hate. I don't consider it bigotry, what she just said right there. It was just a simple question. You can argue that, this is a stupid question and that she knew exactly what she was doing, which could be the case. If I just know that there could be people out there that are possibly actually ignorant about this subject and that will want to know more about it. Is this unnecessary? Probably. Was it a point to it? Most likely. But let's keep going.
My whole point is we should be able to have that conversation.
But whether he's a good guy.
Yes, because it causes more commotion when you're starting to censor people.
I don't agree.
I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong to censor anybody.
Well, you know what? You can have that conversation. You had that conversation. You posted it. You haven't been cancelled. I've had you on the show because I thought you might.
She hasn't had the conversation.
To think about this.
No, she has not had the conversation. Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, and all of them had that conversation. Kanye West had that conversation. She has not had that conversation. She has simply pointed out that they had these conversations and that they were canceled after that conversation. That's the whole entire point. I don't understand why he's not getting about this. This is so weird to me.
What you did, because you can clearly, you're not stupid. You do understand the offense it caused, and wanting to have the right to debate whether Hitler's a good guy is just cretinous.
No, I want anybody to be able to speak on any platform. That was the point of the song.
All right, let's leave it there.
Can I point out a nuance here?
No, I don't want to point. Okay, that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm done with this video. This is such a very funny, weird video to me. Just for the simple fact that Piers Morgan, it's just very ironic. Piers Morgan is called Piers Morgan Uncensored. That's what he's on right now. That's his own type. That's his own show now. He is literally trying to censor speech right now, and he's claiming that he's a free speech advocate. Except you're doing this. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. But with that being said, this is the end of this video. This is the end of my video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. My name is yedotti. Peace.